And keeping our promise to this community. And this is what the promise was. When we build this new facility, there will be no tax increase or no bond needed to construct this facility. We will use our current capital outlay fund to pay and retire these certificates. And we have kept that promise. We are here today to begin construction on a 21st century and cutting-edge facility that will meet the needs of our youngest children in the Yankton School District. Yankton and the Yankton School District are setting the bar for other communities in South Dakota today and in our region with the construction of not an elementary school, but an early childhood development center. Preschool, junior kindergarten, and kindergarten, along with special education services in these youngest and most critical years, especially learning years. This is an investment in our children, our community, workforce development, and economic development here in Yankton. Just like our leaders and community did back in 1875, nearly 150 years ago, the Yankton School District and this community are once again the pioneers in education in South Dakota and our region. I want to thank Yankton, thank you to the school board, thank you to all of our committee members, and thank you to all involved in getting us to this point today. You are simply the best. So congratulations to everybody that's here and in our entire community. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to have School Board President Franny Kiefer come forward and say a few words.
Days like this, I wish I had hair like Mr. Mitzel there, but we're making do. No. I don't usually write out my speeches, but I did today, and now I'm wishing I followed Dr. Kindle's lead with some note cards instead of this. But it's a big day today. Today, it's a true honor to be here. Yankton School District has always been a pioneer and advocate for early childhood education in our community. Whether it's starting a preschool program years ago, ensuring the growth of that program, or offering free preschool so all students have access regardless of their ability to pay. Our district continues to recognize the importance of early childhood education has on our youngest learners. Improved social skills, better academic performance, improved mental health, and development of lifelong learning. What makes this project even more special is that it's not just a Yankton School District project. This is a community project. Together, our community and schools realized the importance of early childhood education and saw the successful impact our program was having on our students. Collectively, we came together with representatives from all different groups: administrators, teachers, community members, parents, retired community members, and community leaders. We worked through an extensive process that helped us identify what needed to be done to continue our successful early childhood education into the future. And that's what brings us here today. Today we break ground on an early childhood development center that will offer unique, forward-thinking educational opportunities for all our students. This early childhood development center is a true testament to the Yankton community and the Yankton School District investing in the education of all of our students for generations to come. So thank you for being here. Next
Thank you, Franny. Next, we have our city manager, Amy Leone, and I just want to tell you that Amy and I have had a lot of discussions about this project, and I really, really appreciate the cooperation that we've had with Amy and the city staff and the commission. We just thank you, and we really appreciate that. We know that we've got a lot more to do, and we look forward to the continued collaboration. So, Amy Leone.
Thanks, Dr. Kendall. if the band needs my help, I am one of the worst trumpet players ever. So trumpet players, if you need my help, happy to give it a try. I'm excited on behalf of the Honorable Mayor Mosier and all the City Commission to be here today to congratulate all of us on just another huge project and huge step forward for the community of Yankton. One of our pillars at the City of Yankton in our mission statement is to provide opportunities and spaces for everyone to learn, engage, and thrive. And no more does a project embody that than this project does today. So I'm so honored to be a part of that and to see this happen for our community. The other thing that I really wanted to mention is I think that, as Dr. Kindle mentioned, we have a tradition in Yankton of education and the importance of education. So all of our institutions where we gain knowledge and receive education are sacred and important places to us in Yankton. This one in particularly, I think, because this is where future people in Yankton are going to fall in love with actual process of learning. So this is where kids will get curious. This is where they will have wonder about things. This is where they'll have those aha moments and get an understanding of something they didn't previously understand. And we all know how satisfying that can be and how that builds our confidence and a foundation and love for learning all the way through our lives. And so I really am excited about this for Yankton. I'm excited about this for the future of our community and for everyone here to be proud of. So with that, I'm passing it over to Nancy Winandy, I believe, who's the Executive Director of Yankton Thrive.
Thank you so much, Amy. I just want to start by saying I had the pleasure of going to the Governor's Office of Economic Development Conference this week, and I was hearing from my colleagues all around the state about what's happening in their communities. As I was sharing what's happening in Yankton about the Manitou expansion and housing and the Early Childhood Development Center, the question continually came back, how are you doing all of that in your community? And I said, it's because we have teamwork. We are a community of collaborators. While there are different times where we struggle with making decisions as a group, when it really is necessary, we come together and get the big things done. Public education is incredibly important as I go out and try and sell our community to other businesses or families who want to move to Yankton. We cannot underestimate what that means to those businesses and those families as they're looking at where they're going to relocate. It truly does matter. And as a product of our public school system here in Yankton, I know it's those teachers and those relationships that make the difference. While we celebrate having a new building, we know we already have strong relationships between the students and the kids and the parents and the teachers. There's just so much that happens within these buildings, and that's what makes Yankton great. There's so much that we need to continue to do. While we celebrate this project today, this is not the end of the great things happening in Yankton. There is so much more together that we need to accomplish. So I encourage and inspire all of you. Let's not be great. Let's continue to be exceptional as we are here in Yankton today. So congratulations, Dr. Kindle, on what you are bringing to our community and your continued collaboration.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay, Val Peterson, if you'd like to come up. Val represents Wold Architects and Engineering, and Val has just knocked it out of the park working with us. And I tell you what, I don't know of anybody that does it better than she does. She's kept in constant contact with us. She reminded us that, hey, you need to have a groundbreaking ceremony. And then she reminded us that, you have to have a new name for this facility. And so she's just keeping us moving along. So please welcome Val Peterson.
Thank you. So, one of the unfortunate things of being last is the risk of sounding repetitive. So I hope that my words aren't too repetitive, but they have a lot of meaning to me. So my journey with your school district begun almost 2 years ago. It was May of 2021. We were hired to help facilitate the district's vision, as Dr. Kindle alluded to in his speech, with a strong focus on elementary schools and early childhood. Once we started to meet with district administrators, I could see that one thing was really clear is you guys have a strong passion in this community for your students, for your staff, and for your schools, and that there's a strong desire for every student to be successful. We took this momentum, and to date we have met with over 80 individuals of community members, parents, staff, and administrators. We toured other schools and we spent over 50 hours together developing strong ideas and criteria for your new early childhood development center. I realize that I am the architect, quote unquote, but really you guys are the designers of this facility. It was our team that was able to draft and draw what your vision was for a new early childhood center. As you start to see this building take shape, know that each wall and element was strategically placed and designed by members like you guys. The stakeholders we met with believed that if students feel comfortable, they are more likely to achieve academically. This school has a strong focus on creating environments that empower our littlest of learners and support their development and educational goals. The criteria of the design focused on creating a building that is scaled for these young ages and these little hands and these short legs, to give them areas to explore and to play and to grow socially, to provide hands-on experiences all the while they are learning. Most importantly, it's to give them a sense of community and a sense of family in the scaled environments that they're in. I can say it's truly been an honor working with your district. It's been a great pleasure of meeting everybody that's been in the community task force, the core planning group, and all of the stakeholders that we met that will be instructors in this space and showed us how they wanted this building designed for them and their children. So we are so happy for the Yankton community, and this is your day to celebrate, so happy groundbreaking.
Thank you, Val. Okay, so we are at, I want to check my time here. Yeah, we're perfect on time. We're going to move into the shovel groundbreaking ceremony here, but before I do that, Ron Birch, can you hear me? He can't hear me. Ron, do I need to speak louder? Ron, would you like to come up and make a comment? I would really like for you to do that. Ron was our senior committee member. And, you know, at one of the committee meetings, I think he almost had everybody in tears with just the passion that he brings to this project. And I just think it's really good to hear from somebody that's been in the community a long time. He is passionate about education, and he's not on the program, but since I'm in charge of the program, we get to hear Ron. So welcome, Ron.
Thank you, Dr. Nino. Well, I'll make this short, and those of you that know me, that's never happened. So whatever your hour for lunch, move it back a half an hour. No, seriously, it was my pleasure. My wife as well were on the committee early on, and it was interesting to go to all the elementary schools and visit, and the principals were great to show us around and show what was happening and so on. Needless to say, it was pretty evident in regard to the early childhood situation that more room was needed. You know, our people are educating our students well, but in cramped situations. And so the idea of building this new facility was of course a great idea. And the leadership on top with Dr. Kindle and other administrators has been great. The feeling that I had early on is, how can we change something that's been around so long? When I went to school, you had one little spot, you sat in that desk day after day, and now this new facility, and you heard from Val earlier, it's going to be far different. How can that happen? Well, I was convinced early on that it can happen, and it should happen, and now it's going to happen. So that's great. It's just a good feeling. My wife and I have been in Yankton since 1961. Don't try to figure out how old we are, but that's old. The point is, the real key for Yankton has always been education. And I'm very pleased, and if my wife was here, first of all, she'd say, Ron, that's enough, shut up. But secondly, that pleased to see that the time and effort and dollars and so on are going into this new facility. It's just going to be great. It's my pleasure. And Dr. Kindle, I'll give this back to you, but you and I got to talk later.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go into the shovel groundbreaking. If I could have our school board members up here. Jacqueline is our new incoming school board member. If you could come up. And then I think we have Melanie will be up here, Jason, and then the rest of the team from our architect and engineering firm. So come on up, get behind a shovel. I'm told that we are going to shovel the dirt forward, so don't throw it up in the air. And then here's another thing I want to do, and this is completely off script and not normal. But we have some little kids here, and I would like for the little kids to come up and help us with the shovel, okay? So if we've got one there, you know, they love playing in dirt. And who cares if they don't shovel and they play in the dirt, right? This is for our kids. So I want all the little kids to come up. There we go, look at that, that's nice. I think we had a couple more, here we go. Have our little kids up here. And then city commission members that are here, you are welcome to come stand up here within the group. If you'd like to, you're welcome to come on up. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but you are welcome to come up.